Welcome to the Troy Graham Experience. Daddies Lounge number episode 18. Can you believe it? 18. Apologies for my mistake. Full disclosure, I came home today and went to sleep. Last time I ate was 3 this morning, so I had to make something real quick, which I didn't eat yet is right here. So if you see me go off camera and keep talking, that's what I'm doing. I'm eating because I want to eat on camera, but back to the section at hand. The topic today is hot topic, brother Rodney Hinton Jr. If you don't know that story, let me break it down to you so it can forever be broken. So, brother's son, Rodney's son, Rodney Hilton Jr., his son was driving a stolen car with three of his friends, and they fell asleep. He fell asleep. He was driving, from my understanding. So cops pulled up on them. All of them ran, bust out and ran. He dropped the gun as he was getting out the car. He went back to get it, and he and the police was right there. And he turned around and faced the police with the gun in his hand, and they shot him. I believe he was only 18. Correct? Okay. So that sets the base of the story right there. So 2 days later, his dad ran over a traffic police officer and killed that officer. You're saying, okay, well, that was just revenge, right? No, that police officer had nothing to do with his son shooting, nothing at all. That was just a random police officer he ran over, you know, random cat. And I've been hearing words like he's a hero, righteousness, this is right. I'm gonna have to disagree with that on these grounds. You can take a look at me and see that I'm a father, I'm a black father, right? I have sons, I got three of them. Uh, okay, he wanted to get the cops that killed his son. Understandable, understandable because of the situation with police out here and just black people, children, grandparents, women, men, just us in general. I get it. I'd be a fool if I didn't get it. I get it. I get it. But you don't go and kill a random police officer who had nothing to do with it whatsoever. You just don't do that. You focus your rage, and then that's 2 days later. You know you had no way out of that situation. They're gonna say it was premeditated. Well, it wasn't 2 hours later. It was 2 days later. So you can't cry mental illness now, right? You can't do that. So, damn. This, I mean, pardon me while I take a sip. But yeah, it's just like, damn, man. I mean, I don't know what was in the brother's heart, and I don't want to ever be in that situation, ever. But mm, sorry, I had to swallow. But truth, ooh, we're gonna delete that last comment. But truth is, in this situation, there are no heroes. There's nothing righteous about what happened here to anybody. Nothing righteous what happened to his son. Nothing righteous about what he did. Now, I'm not sitting up here judging anyone. I'm simply doing this show because I wanted to touch on the subject myself. I've been on other shows. I've been hearing so much about this, and I stayed away from it on purpose. And then I said, "Well, let me let me let me give my opinion on it. Nothing about this is right or righteous. Nothing. There's no hero here. From the police to the son to the father, there is no heroes here. Everyone has lost. Another young black child goes to the grave. His father is going to a different type of grave. He's going to jail. He said he's gonna get the death penalty, but you know they're gonna drag that out and they're gonna beat his ass while he's in prison. They're gonna beat his ass before he get to the prison. Mm. So I don't see where where the righteousness is here. I don't see where the right is here. All I see is rage and revenge. And that's what happens when you lose control. Then I've heard a story about, oh, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Well, we don't know the story about them, but it would seem that way on the surface. It would. But none of that matters now. That young man is dead. The only people that win in this situation, that have won in this situation, the only people that won anything in this situation is the police. Yes, they lost one of their own, right? Yeah, okay. But at the end of the day, this man gonna go to jail forever. And basically, they gonna put work in with him before he go to the penitentiary. We know that. That ain't, come on. You fooling yourself if you think that's not gonna happen. You kill a cop, you're just gonna ride to the penitentiary. No. And then when he's inside, they still gonna, them COs or P or whatever they are in there, they're gonna throw their weight around. Because they feel like they're cops too. So they all is that 5-0 family. So he's not gonna have any peace, and he's not gonna die right away. Physically, he's not gonna die right away. So we don't even know where they sending him and what side of jail they're gonna put him on. It they could put him on jail with the white boys, and then what happens? Hmm? Ain't nothing righteous about that. It don't end well. It doesn't end well at all. So that family, the Hilton family, lost two men. Father lost his son, and then I don't know if he was married to the mother or not, but don't know if he had any more kids. But he's gone. If he has more kids, he's gone. If he's married to that woman, he's gone. And they gotta live with that memory forever. And every time, if they ever need a police, that family, they woo. I feel sorry for them if they ever need the police because they're not showing up. They're not showing up. Police do bad. Police do bad things to their own. What do you think they're gonna do to a family that had killed one of their own? Hmm? What do you think they're gonna do? Hmm. My apologies for chewing on air, but like I said, I haven't eaten since 3 this morning, and I don't want to keep going on mute, but I'm gonna keep talking. Just for, so there are no winners in this. There are no heroes in this. Because everybody that's calling him a hero, I bet you not one of them people want to trade places with him. Talk to any of those people that are saying he's a hero and how much they look up to him and all that. Ask them, would you trade places with him? Would you do what he did? Each and every one of them out loud will say no. So how the hell is he your hero if he won't do what he did? Hmm. That's the thing about vengeance, as they say. Dig two graves, and two graves were dug. Three, actually. Three, not two this time. The son gone, that police officer gone, and now the father about to be gone. And the rest of and his immediate family, they gonna be gone too. Because they gonna have to move out that town. Because they're not gonna get no food. They gonna get no rest from the police. Mm-mm. No, they're not. On my word, you know that. You got any common sense? You know they're not getting no rest for the police. Mm-mm-mm. But I would love to have a discussion with someone who believes that he's right. Maybe they could explain it to me because I don't see any righteousness in this, and I don't see any right. I don't see it at all. All I see is pain from the top down. Police officer saw the gun when he turned around. reacted how he reacted. Young man is dead. But before that situation, what led him to do what he did? Let me say he was 18, he's still young and make mistakes. The mistake was still in the car. Having a gun on you is at that age and you're black, because you know it's not licensed and you know it got bodies on it probably because he bought it off the street. So having being in a stolen car and asleep and having a gun, ooh, you might as well just walk yourself to the supermax. Just walk there. Don't don't go past go. Just walk yourself into supermax and say, here, you ha- you have my cell ready. I'm willing to do how many ever years it takes. And that would have been better than him losing his life at 18. Much better. Because as I sit here talking to you, I have three sons, 24, 23, and 20. And I think about them a lot. Yeah, I think about them a lot. What would I do in this situation? No matter how angry I was in that situation, I'd have to ask myself, I'd have to look back and say, I still got two sons and a couple of grandchildren out here in the door. So what can I do besides go through the courts or something? Because I still got people that's going to depend on me in this situation. So what exactly could I do? Would I want to go do something to the police? 100%. Would I do it? No. Because one son is gone already, and the other two are going to need me. The grandchildren are going to need me. The daughter's going to need me as well. So what could I do? Give them what they want? Put my life in their hands? Which is what Rodney did. All right, sorry for eating on air, but like I said, I ate till 3 this morning. But tell me, what could I do? Would. Would and could. Those are the two words of the day. What could you do and what would you do? I would have to pray that the courts do something. You would have to pray that. If not, well, I don't know, man. I really seriously don't know the situation. I can stand here and talk tough to you and say, yeah, I'm gonna go blast them police. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Because I know I got a couple of young people here staring at me, man, and they need me. So me going out to blast police gives them the right to act like a fool too, right? Hmm. Right? It does. It gives them the right to act like a fool. Throw their life away for nothing. If anything, I would be there from stopping them from doing anything. That's what my job would be. So the hell with my feelings. I would have to be able. I'd have to tell my sons, relax, sit here with me. I'm not gonna lose another son. If I got to fight you to keep you down, I will. You know, that was your brother. Before he was your brother, he was my son. So just relax. We're gonna figure this out. We can cry, we can yell, we can cuss, whatever it takes, but we gonna figure this out. Cause I ain't losing no more for you. And that's what the conversation would be. I'm not losing anymore, you damn it. I'm sick of these stories. Yeah. And I'm sick of these damn stories. I'm sick of them. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm so tired of these deaths. Then ask yourself, what can you do? You, I mean, you have to find what's in your soul to do. Everybody has a strength. I mean, if you play checkers, maybe you can start a chess club around your neighborhood, at the church or whatever, or at the community center, whatever, if you have one there. Get those who want to be involved. You can't save everyone, but what you can do is save those who are open to listen. Those that don't want to listen, don't want to be saved. Don't dig yourself a grave trying to rescue people who don't want to be rescued. They don't want to learn. They're gonna have to learn. My grandmother always said these words to me: "There's good, better, and if you don't hear, no, let's cancel that one. There's good, better, and if you don't hear, you're gonna feel." That's what she always told me. It sounds so simple now, echoing in, but I'm 50. I'm in my 50s. As a child, I just heard that echoing in my head. There's good. If you don't hear, you're gonna feel. She also said there's good, better, and best. That's why I keep repeating that. But if you don't hear, you're gonna feel. And so many of us out here are feeling instead of taking the time to listen, so they won't have to go through that nonsense. They won't have to go through the courts. They don't have to get locked up. They don't have to, stay away from their families because of the stuff they're doing in the streets. People won't be coming to their house, shooting at the damn house, and cops will be beating them up in their backyard and stuff like that. They won't be doing that. Hmm. So this is a brother here, Rodney Hinton Jr. My Lord. I don't even know how old the brother is, to be honest with you. I should have did more research. My apologies. But when I saw the video of him walking past the police, kind of with the FU kind of look like, yeah, I would have killed all of y'all. But eh, that energy's not gonna last because no human could live off that forever. None. So that energy is not gonna last forever. He's gonna have to be prepared for straight hell for the rest of his life because they're gonna make him wish he died. I mean, everything's about law and order. Look at the times we're in. Ain't no damn law and order. You can send people overseas without due process. What the hell do you think they're gonna do, then, brother? Hmm? Nothing nice. I'll tell you that much. They ain't gonna do a thing nice to that brother. All these people cheering him on. They had a GoFundMe. What they? How they even gonna make sure that he get the money? Hmm? Jesus, man. Sometimes I feel I wake up in a twilight zone, man. Or I wake up, bizarro world, topsy turvy, baby. Everything is just upside down. No one seems to. There's more hurt than there's healing. There's more death than there is people willing to learn in this life. Well, that's what it seems. I can't clarify. That's what it seems. That's why I don't listen to the news that much. It just blows my mind. It just does. You know, it just does. I don't see how anybody can find any righteousness in this. I really don't. How do you find righteousness in all of this? Where's the righteousness? Did he kill the police officer? That police officer had nothing to do with it. It's a random cop doing traffic that day, and he killed him. So there's no there's no justice and no justification. You know. And what he did was he took the spotlight off his son having any chance of a fair trial. Now, because of his actions, his son will never have a fair trial. They just say, okay, look at what his father did. Now we know why he was doing what he was doing. We don't know that. But that's how you're gonna get judged. That's how. Don't be sorry. If don't be sitting around saying I would did the same thing because you didn't do the same thing. You didn't do the same thing, and you wouldn't do the same thing. So stop lying. Stop lying. I mean, mm, this is still America. Make no mistake about it. This is still America. We still they still view us as ninjas. Don't make any mistakes about that. Especially the dude in office. He lets you know that's how he see you. But y'all put him there. Some of you. There's gonna be no justice for that family. I'm taking Rodney out the picture now. There's gonna be no justice for the Hilton family. None. Because of the actions of two of the men in their family. The young man and the father. Mm. That leaves a woman, leaves his mother behind to weep for her son all alone. If he has any siblings, they are weeping for him all alone. Grandmother all alone. Grandfather all alone. If he had any children, my Lord. If that young boy had any children, oh my God. They're going to stamp that child as a failure. Can you imagine that? You don't do anything, but people already stamping you as a villain. Just a baby. All based on the actions of your daddy. Mm. Mm. My feelings are all over the place about this. I'm sitting here saying to myself, played in your mind. What would you do? Talking to myself. Played in your mind. What would you do? And I'm like, well, I wouldn't do that. And I'm smart enough not to say what I would do on social media, but I wouldn't do anything that he did. I wouldn't do that. I would have to find out the truth before I even move. That's the only way to get justice, to find out the truth. Not their truth, but the truth. It's the only way I know my son will be able to rest in peace or transcend in peace because I found out the truth. Mm-hmm. That's what they say. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. This is what happens when you take it into your own hands. Look at all the kids. It's conscious chaos, basically. Some are celebrating it, some are crucifying him. There's no middle ground with this thing. None. You know? And 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 on a bigger picture, if things were bad before with the police and us, imagine what that does now. They're on high alert now. Every time they deal with a black child, a black man, they on higher alert because they were popping us off like it was nothing. Now they really are super duper high alert. They can say, "Oh well, he raised his voice. He was cussing at me, expletives and all that. I fear for my life from dangerous cussing while black. Boom, 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 boom. 54 bullets in front of your wife and child. You know what I'm saying? Mm. This song is in my head from the movie called The Wiz. If y'all don't remember that, go check that out. Called The Wiz. Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, a lot of people. Uh, I think it was Michael Jackson was a scarecrow when he was up on the hooked up on the thing the scarecrow was hooked up on, right? Whatever. So the crows were like, "I know you're trying to get down," and he's like, "No." So Diana Ross came and and her dog, and they ran off the crows. And Michael Jackson was like, I don't know how to get down. Tell me what, what can I do? I could be messing up that whole story, but that song is in the Wiz. Tell me what, what can I do? And she's like, use your, use your brain. She's like, I don't have one. Well, tell me what, what can I do? And that's where we are today. What could we do? Huh? What could we do or can we do? You got to ask yourself, how do we, number one, based on this situation, how do we defend? Uh, because they're not just looking at him. They're not looking at Randy. They're looking at all of us because That's how some of their minds work, right? And stop. It says more to do with. But that's just fact. If you're getting offended with anything I said, but think about it. So he did that wherever he lives. What do you think the other black men in that community are going to go through now? Hmm? Forget the ones that are not in that community and live someplace else. The ones who live directly in that community, what are they going to go through now? It was DEPCON 5 before, like Kanye said. This is like DEPCON 20 now. You know, what are they going to do? You know, now they might tell you, look, you're not allowed to drive no cars. You can ride motorcycles. We don't trust y'all. And don't be driving without a license. Oh Lord, he was operating an unlawful weapon without a license. You never know. Don't say it can't happen. Don't say it can't happen. Sure. I wish I could tell you there's going to be a happy outcome to this, but I'm not built for lying. You know, I'm just not built for it. I would say to pray for this brother if you choose so. You should, because his life is going to get very heavy. Very, very heavy. And the only thing you can hope for is that he doesn't crack under the pressure. They're not going to let him die easy. They're truly not going to let that man die easy. They're not. Hmm. For some reason, I'm thinking about his mom. What is she going through? How's she dealing with the burden of losing both her son and I don't know if it was her husband or her boyfriend or whatever or ex. How's she dealing with all that? How's she doing that? Now we flip it to the cops' family, which no one seems to talk about. Like they don't care. And how are they dealing with it? And the cop who shot his son, what's he thinking? If he's thinking anything at all, did he blame himself for this cycle right here? I doubt it. On the day at work, but it's hard to fault him for what he did if the youngster had a gun on him. That's the thing. If the youngster didn't have a gun, if he would have just dropped the gun and kept running, and the cop shot an unarmed youngster, it would have been different. But the truth is, he did have the gun. And when he turned around, it was pointed at the police officer. So what could he do? But defend himself, or he perceived a threat, and he said he feared for his life, so he shot him. He didn't know whether he was going to shoot him or not shoot him or whatever. Split second, it could have been him that died. Now, am I justifying anything? No, because I wasn't there to justify anything. I was not there. I was in my home. And what I'm saying is everything could have turned out better if he would have just not had a gun on him. Stolen car is one thing at 18. That's one thing. But stolen car and a gun? What you think is gonna happen, bro? And I hope these youngsters out there see this, that the young man lost his life and slow down, man. I forgot what video I saw on YouTube. I don't even remember it. But these four youngsters, 13, what are they? 12, 13, 14, whatever the ages. They were like, the youngest was, oldest was 15. Youngest was 12. So they came to audition for the brother. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so the man asked him his name. So what's his name? He said, Kelly. He said, no, like Killer. 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 And he was doing the, you know, he's like, really? How old are you? He said 12. Well, okay. Let's go to the next one. You know, what's his name? Murder? And everybody laughed. He said, no, my name's Lester. You're like, Lester? The hell you get Lester, you got Killer. He said, well, his name is Murder, the next cat. I didn't get the fourth one's name, but they started rapping. It was about pure murder, murder, kill, kill, murder, murder, kill, kill. And it's, because see, when my children were coming up, if they once they got old enough, uh, 11, 12, 13, any song that they listened to, I made them read the lyrics. I said, read the lyrics. Read the lyrics. Come sit down with me. Let's both of us read the lyrics so you could understand what you're repeating. You know. And he said, why do we have to do that? I said, because words are seeds that get implanted in your head. So let's not plant violence or nonsense into your head. Then you go out there and do something stupid because you think you can get away with it. And I stayed on them for that. What's up, Puro? I stayed on them. I said, so I stayed on them, and it was worth it. It was damn sure worth it. Because they were just singing along with the song and not knowing what the hell the song was. Just repeating words they had no business repeating. So I put it out to them. You don't want me say that in front of you, but you don't say that garbage in front of me. Easy, easy, wasn't it? No, it wasn't that easy. It took time. And I think nowadays parents need to not be afraid to be hard on their children. If you want to give them what they want, make them earn it. Because when they go into that real world, mommy ain't gonna be there to nurture them. Daddy ain't gonna be there to keep them up and inspire them and make them feel empowered. Nah, you know that's gonna happen. So teach them, give them some hardship. Give it to them. I'm not telling you to go and abuse your son. It's our daughters or one of your children in general. I'm not telling you that. What I'm telling you to do is, okay, the kid said he wanted a new game. Yeah, sure. I want you to do the laundry, and then I want you to do the dishes for the rest of the week. Why you have to do that to get it? Okay, well, you don't have to do it. You just won't get the game. That ain't right. How you figure? I have to pay for the game, so you have to pay for the game. The games cost $100. You got $100? No. Okay. Well, do what you told. Do $100 worth of work. All right. All right. You know, they don't react well to it at first, but when they get older, they'll appreciate it, and you won't. And no one will be talking about you on here losing your job. You want to hope and pray. You want to hope and pray that it's going to happen. You know, you don't want to do that. Mm. This topic takes me all over the place emotionally. It just does. It just does. I don't even think Rodney ran away after he hit the police officer with the car. I just think he sat there. And this will not be the last time this happens. Mark my words. It's not going to be the last time. Trust me, it won't be the last time. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. I think a lot of people are just fed the hell up. Don't blame them. But use that fire righteously. Don't you can't do what they do, but you can do worse to them and kill them. Trust me. This is the information age. There's so much more you can do. There's so much more. It's always and it's different programs. Some law programs out there that'll help you pro bono depending on what's going on. All right, so check into that. If you ever run into anything you can't find a police can't afford a lawyer, check into those pro bono programs, or check into the law programs that help people in poor communities. You know, think about it. Think about it. They're there. Use them because they use them. So why can't we use them? You know, use them. You know, and then think about this. You and your children could start. You can start them doing businesses real young as 10. To me, that's good age, right? Think about it. You could you could do the reselling. You know, you go into thrift stores and find stuff. You can post it on OfferUp, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. You know, you'd be surprised what you find. Same thing with Burlington Coat Factory. You know, you'd be surprised that you can find all these different stores, these secondhand stores. You'll find something they'll value. You get the app that tells you what it's worth or its original price. And then you clean that sucker up if you have to, and you sell it. If it costs $100 brand new, sell it for 85. Somebody out there wanting. You just have to make an offer. That's what we all think. Starting business have to be, storefront. You have to buy something and all. You don't have to buy a storefront or anything. You could run a resale business from your house. You say, well, where am I going to keep all the products? Well, you only buy, as first, you buy enough that you keep in your house. And then when you start making money, you get a storage area and you place it in there. And it wouldn't be wise to have people come to your house to buy it either. Meet them somewhere else. It's not wise for them to know where your storage area is either. So pick a designated place that you like to be with them. Teach your children that. You know, if you got a backyard and a front yard in the summertime, depending on how many children you have, two of them could be in the back washing cars. You could be out front with All right, sorry about that. I got knocked off. I had a call come in, and ended up getting my do on I trips that I drill in the air counties. Like Will Smith and Jada owned the house I took. The Rock. Some of them the house that lottery won. Not how and then pick up product. So being everybody would be in the old 150 a wide old truck. Make money. What can you my my best engine out of the engine. Just some car different, be more company, be more than children, more than a little bit. It's unless like we'll see things and not learn, pick it up. Well, about things now, like some black just room in players. Wait, I met a couple of multi people back when I was young. On the and when so he that's how he got to a bill, you know. But this is taking a lot out of my soul, so I'm gonna hang around for a few more minutes. Then I'm gonna exit stage left because this takes a lot out of my soul, man. It does. And I just want to thank everybody for helping me build this. It took me a while to actually get going, but now, you know how many days I get up and I say I want to do this? Huh? The reason why I'm tired and carrying on the days that I have my podcast is because I get up at 3:30 in the morning. So that's why I get up at 3:30 in the morning, man. And then by 6:30, look at me. All I want to do is, what do you say? What do you say? Oh, I ain't saying nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. And who am I talking to? Well, I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to that. I say, answering and talking to yourself. You are tired. Lord have mercy, you're tired. So that's why. That's why you see me sometimes I'm tired and I gotta drink something. Today I made some orange juice. I meant to put some mint in there. What? Mint. Ginger. But I didn't. So I just made some fresh orange juice for myself. And I've been drinking that for 2 days. I'm gonna kill it today. I don't keep stuff over 3 days. It's just a mason jar, see? I got a couple of them in this house here. Yeah, couple. I'm gonna let it go till 50 minutes. It gives me 2 more minutes to talk to y'all. This, you know what? I gotta put my email. I gotta create an email for this and put it on here so you all can send me some suggestions of the follow topics you want me to cover. You know, I gotta figure out how to add a suggestion box on here, and y'all could just, you can suggest some topics you want me to speak on, and maybe y'all can jump on and tell me what's on your mind when you thought of it. I'll shout you out. Say this is so and so's topic. You know, then you jump on and like and share and get your friends and everybody to come on and we start rocking and rolling, baby. We start rocking while we roll. Oh, that's my lamp you're looking at, by the way. You see that? Yeah, that's the lamp. And there's this thing over there that says "I love you." And end tables. And I got a coffee table. Why they call it a coffee table? We never drink coffee on it. You ever wonder about that? The end tables I get, they're at the end. But why is a coffee table a coffee table? I've never seen anybody drink coffee on it. It's crazy. But all right, y'all. I have about 23 seconds left to go, and I'm going to go lay down. Hope you enjoyed the show today. I know I gave us all the energy I had and was honest. That's the key word. You gotta be honest when you do it. And it's never gonna come a day where I don't come on. At least on the scheduled days. The scheduled days. I'll always be on the scheduled days. All right, y'all. I want to bless up everybody. Puro in the chat. Joe Chapo in the chat over at iTalk. If you only knew, go check him out. And just thank you, man. So I will see you again on Monday. Be safe and have a happy, blessed Mother's Day, everyone. So I'll see you Monday. Same experience time, same experience channel, different experience topic. Ta-da.